This is an aerial view of the friendliest village in all of Belize. This is Hopkins. We're gonna roam around town a bit, indulge in some local delicacies like snapper prepared in coconut milk, or eat some grilled jungle rat, also known as the royal rat, only since Queen Elizabeth had it too. An impromptu crash course at a local chocolate farm on the way to Hopkins, some encounters at the nearby barrier reef, planned and unplanned performances, and some of the warmest people with the warmest smiles on the planet. Let's go. Oh, this will be interesting. I'm about to head out to the airport to start my first true solo trip ever since I became a dad to this beautiful guy. No stops for diaper changes on this trip, no thank you. The main purpose of this trip is a jungle trek, but first I'm gonna go spend a couple of days in Belize's friendliest town called Hopkins, a coastal village which is the cultural epicenter of the Garifuna people. And when you make it to the end of this video, there's a block party that I walked into, and there are some dance performances. Belize does have a nickname. It's called the Jewel in the Heart of the Caribbean Basin.
Belize, after 5 years. Let's see how much has changed. There's a sign back there that says 50 USDs, 100 BSDs. 1 for 2? Sounds good.
Returning back to Belize almost half a decade later was super nostalgic. 5 years ago, or so, I went with my wife. We only saw 2 islands last time. This time, I wanted to get a better feel of the land and dive more into the Belizean culture.
A very important question. Rum or tequila? Which one do you recommend for its price and beauty? Yeah. That one, how much is that?
Rum was the clear winner.
One of my favorite beers in Central America. I couldn't find the drone policies, so I kind of ignored them, although it was a recreational drone. Turns out that I have a permit to apply for, so they have kept my drone. I have to walk over to the Civil Aviation Building, and I need to go apply for a permit. I also need a Belkin really, really bad. It's been over 6 years, maybe 5, I don't know. And it is my absolute favorite beer here on the Central American belt. Sad news, did not get the permit. I'm trusting my drone with the authorities. It'll stay at the airport. Wish me luck, and I hope my drone is returned back to me safely on Monday. It was very hard to find a car for some reason. I don't know what's going on over here, but here we are. It's literally across the parking lot. Love the convenience. You got mats in there. I got screwed one time in Mexico. Well, actually got very lucky because I had a video. The trip officially starts now, in my opinion. Leaving the airport now. Didn't have the right permits. They kept my drone. And now I'm headed to Hopkins. I might make a stop along the way. So, returning back to Belize after 5 years. These right here did not exist before.
But the Superman hat definitely existed.
Now they're here. Fatherhood, age. Anyway, we're headed to Hopkins, which is about an hour 50 from here. We're having to take the longer way because everybody's saying do not take the coastal roads, your cars are not built for it, and it's only an SUV, 4-wheel drive kind of thing. So I'm gonna go through the capital and then over to Hopkins. These are the roads of Belize. They are not coastal. English is the official language over here. In fact, Belize is the only country on the Central American belt where English is the official language. Kind of cool. Spanish is next, Creole is the third as far as commonness goes, and then there's some other dialects and other languages. Belize was actually a very profitable colony for the British Empire. Now, since we're talking about the British Empire, it must be mentioned that their highly prized local dish here is called the Gibnut. It's a rodent. By the sound of it, it sounds large. I'm not exactly sure. And it is also called the royal rat because it was once served to Queen Elizabeth. In my research, I haven't quite figured out if she liked it or not. But here's a little fact for you. Respect to Kobe and MJ. Okay. The 2 greatest, in my opinion. Feel free to argue. Bye. So pretty. I'm still starving, and I thought there were going to be a lot more food options on Hummingbird, but there aren't. I drove past a couple. I mean, there are some. And then as I was doing my research, this place came up. I'll show you the name in just a second. And as I was reading it, it literally just showed up. So the universe is telling me to come check out this chocolate place. Wait. Aha. Let's go see what this is about. It's rated pretty nicely on the internet.
My very first stop was Lamanai Chocolate Company, a chocolate farm on Hummingbird Highway on the way to Hopkins. The signage totally grabs your attention and it is hard to miss. I went inside, hung out with the owner, who's an expat from the States. Super cool and knowledgeable guy.
So authentic.
You'll hear more from him in a sec.
This is vanilla, and it's actually imported from India. It's called Planifloria, and so we sell the plants.
Gotcha.
We got about 600 through the jungle.
Wow. What is your name, sir?
Roger Hale.
Roger. Nice to meet you. I'm Tab.
That's a Heliconia family.
Uh-huh.
That's in the family of the bird of paradise.
Okay.
So very similar to a ginger, in that they have a rhizome and they have the shoots coming out of the ground. And the shoots are what the Mayas used as food. One of the things they used as food. And they used the root or the rhizome for medicine. The Mayas had 1,600 plants they used for medicine. But yeah, I've used all these. The cashew tree leaf actually saved my life. I moved here 10 years ago thinking that I was going to be taking a dirt bath in a couple of years. Mm-hmm. And so I wanted to live my life out in a little bit different atmosphere.
Okay.
So I came here, I had bleeding ulcers really bad. And so they couldn't get them under control, and I had no health insurance or anything. So basically the doc says, well, Raj, if you can't get it under control, you're going to die. So I had them for 14 years. They'd gotten so bad that I literally could barely walk anymore. And so they would take me to the emergency room, get me IVs, and they kept telling me, Raj, drink the leaf of the cashew tree. These things really work. And I was, so obviously I got weaker and weaker and weaker. And finally I said, hey, you know what? Go get me the cashew leaf. I hope it will kill me. So they made the cashew leaf tea and I drank it. And I literally felt just a little tiny tinge better from that first cup. It didn't heal me immediately. It took 12 months to heal me. But after 12 months, I was completely healed. And
it's magical.
It's been 8 years and I eat red peppers now. Okay. I eat habaneros.
And I got myself a chocolate margarita to kick things off.
His name's Damiana.
Okay.
Company is Weeds and Seeds. And this is what it does for you. But particularly, all these give you a little better well-being. Uh-huh. But particularly this one is a really fun one.
Okay.
The chemical in it, domain, affects your blood flow in certain areas of your body.
Okay.
It's like a light Viagra for men, and it gives a woman a stronger orgasm. I don't talk about plants unless I've studied them and used them.
Gotcha.
This one works.
It works. Okay.
Hung around with him for a bit and talked about life and herbs.
Just wrapped up with Mr. Roger. Had a good time, learned a lot. I've always been a believer that there is a herb for every illness. A lot of people in the world believe it. Of course, we all know that the pharmaceutical companies always intervene when it comes to things that will stop them from making money. So I'll leave it at that. And, my car is over there. Okay. Nice impromptu stop. Had a couple of chocolate tastings. Had a margarita with pineapple, coconut, and chocolate. It was absolutely delicious. I think I'm gonna add Hummingbird Highway to one of the most gorgeous highways / roads I've ever been on. Bertha's Tamales caught my attention as I was driving by. So that was my second stop. I'll start off with the Belican, and then your most desired item that you have on the menu.
There you go, no problem.
What do you have?
Chicken tamales.
Okay, is that your most popular one?
Of course.
What else you got?
Only tamales.
Oh, you only have chicken tamales?
Yep.
Then make that 2,
Sure.
because I'm hungry. Gotcha. Rest in power, Bertha.
There you go.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome.
First Belican in about 6 years. Salt, perfect, soft, tender. I couldn't even taste the chicken. I think it's minced. So tasty. Good stuff. Cheers.
With all my stops, it took me about 5 to 6 hours to get to Hopkins from the airport. A straight drive with no stops would have taken about 2 hours. Upon arrival, I did what any total normal person would do. I didn't check into my hostel and went straight to the beach.
Anybody do a stunt? Are you gonna drive that in there? Oh, okay. Okay. That's a good shot, boys. That's a good shot. Okay. I'm in Hopkins. That's the village. Okay. I know it's beautiful. I wish the water was nicer. So anyway, cheers, first of all. Chiggers are biting me hella hard. The water over here is not as aqua or turquoise as I thought it would be. Tomorrow I have a scuba dive scheduled and I'm going to the barrier reef, Belize's barrier reef, the second one in the world after Australia. And I hope the water is much nicer over there, but I will let you know.
Finally cracked that bottle of rum I brought from the airport and shared it with the owner of this bar. Look at that irony. Beautiful, isn't it? Well, he did bring the shot glasses though. They say, follow the drum beats of Caribbean music and you'll wind up in Hopkins eventually. The village is small, laid back, home to about 2,000 people, including expats, and the cultural epicenter of the Garifuna people.
Right over there is the City River. It's on that side, and that's where the City River meets the ocean. And so Hopkins is broken into two segments. One is this side of the river, and the other is that side of the river. I believe this side is the Baila, and that side is False City. This is the northern side. That's the southern side. What does one do in Hopkins? There are some luxurious hotels on that side. Then there's some lodges. There's a hostel called Funky Dodo, which is where I'm staying. You could take up some drumming classes. You could take up some cooking classes. There are a lot of like seaside shacks you can stop at and try different things. You can go appetizer hopping. Touring, man. What's your name?
We in Hopkins. I'm Gasper. This is Ruby.
Ruby.
What's your name?
Tab.
Tab. Welcome to fucking Hopkins.
Thank you. Great language. It's good.
Alright.
Be yourself.
So
Be
we're
yourself.
hanging out.
Thank you.
That's my grandma.
Hi, Grandma.
Yo,
What's
Tab.
up, buddy?
How are you? Yes.
Tab. We outside.
I love it.
We outside.
We are.
We outside.
What do you got to show me? I'm gonna eat. What are you cooking?
What
What are you cooking? What's going on?
We have chicken soup.
Okay. Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
Very nice. Such warm people, man. I really haven't met anybody but this like white German dude that was like, what are you doing over here, when I was walking past his property. But outside of that, every other person that I've met today has been extremely open, very inviting. They're showing me around, and yeah, man, good vibes.
Hopkins was established in the 1940s when surrounding areas were devastated by a hurricane, so everyone moved to Hopkins. Fishing, farming were the primary sources of income, but nowadays it's tourism.
I am finally at the Funky Dodo in Hopkins. Let me tell you all about Funky Dodo Backpackers Hostel. This is the entrance, that's the office, that's where you check in. Office, shared area for people to chill together, shared kitchen, announcements, Wi-Fi, coffee, some hammocks. And now it's early in the morning, which is why I'm not speaking so loudly, because people are still probably sleeping in from partying last night. I think there are about 10 properties. She said it was about 16 beds. Some rooms are shared, some are not. Not bad, right? This is the shared bathroom. It's open air. It's only open from the sides, but you can feel the breeze and you can hear the cars from the outside. Heating of the water is solar. Water is actually laundry and rainwater that is being recycled to flush the toilets. The breeze up here is awesome, by the way. There's the street that I was just on, and an aerial view of the courtyard. I love that. The owners seem very, very cool. I've met the husband, I met the wife this morning. She was telling me that life in the village is phenomenal. You would expect things to be slow, nothing happens on time. People seem to know each other very well in Hopkins village. It's a very family sort of living style. Here's my plan for today. It's almost 7. I'm gonna start driving to the scuba dive shop. Gonna go dive the barrier reef at about 8-ish, but I should get there early because I don't remember what time they told me to come. This is the dive shop I went with. Super crew, by the way. Loved them. Hello. How's it going? How long you been working here?
I've just started. This is like my
Really?
10th week.
Oh, okay. You like it?
I love it.
They've got their pool, probably for some certifications. But here's my favorite part of this dive shop.
Great dive company, by the way. And if they sucked, I would have told you, but they were super organized and I highly recommend them. Taking the dive crew to the marina, which was about 10 minutes away, was pretty fun too.
What are your old names, man? You're home alone.
Yeah, everybody knows that.
All right.
King James, man.
King James? I like MJ more. Okay. All right. The onboarding was super smooth and again, well organized. I said, that's a scary sight. It was a resident crocodile over there. Okay, I see you. That's really good. Much better than mine. Well done, buddy. That's good. What's your name? All right, good job, man. Stay blessed.
Now that this gymnastics session is over, it's time to go check off some food items off my list. The first item on the list is Bundiga. Bundiga is a traditional fish stew using the usual Garifuna staple ingredients of fish, coconut, and green banana.
Okay. So these are plantains.
No, banana.
This is a bananas. Okay. What's your name? Kenima?
Yes.
I'm Tab. And you don't have to give me some secret family recipe, okay? And this is snapper. Awesome. Yum. It's my favorite fish, hands down.
Yeah. Salt, pepper,
Okay.
and some batter. Leave it there. Wait a little until it gets hot.
I have never seen banana to be done like this in my
Yeah.
life. You love it? You guys are famous, you know, the dive instructors told me about this place.
Yeah?
They're like, yeah, you need to go check it out. Hansel. You know Hansel?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The people are called Garina.
Garinagu people. Garinagu people speak Garifuna. And this is the highest concentration of Garifuna people in the world. Are here in Hopkins, right? Yeah.
Because they have,
Okay, that's the powder.
they have good hooded too.
So you have to throw the meshed bananas after the coconut milk starts boiling, or else the banana does not stick together.
Right.
Wow. That's my fish right there. Beautiful snapper. Is that oregano?
Yeah.
Wow, okay.
Really. I'm gonna put in the fish now so it can boil a little.
Okay. And how long do you leave it in there for?
About 3 minutes or 2 minutes.
Because it's got the crisp right now.
Right,
And if it gets soaked too much, then it's going to lose its crisp.
Right.
Okay. Well, I'm excited to see how you're going to plate it. It's funny how the bananas still remain in a ball.
Yeah.
3. Doesn't get better than this, guys. Oh, yeah. The addition of the herbs was a phenomenal move. It was not as sweet as I expected it to be. It's got the right amount of spices. It's not spicy, so I'm probably going to be using some sauce, but that's fine. I mean, her creation was amazing. The fish, it's got a little bit of a crisp to it because it's got, it was fried first, and then it was smothered with the soup, with the gravy, and that just brought some amazing flavors out. Very impressed. And it's a really nice mesh of like spices and coconut milk. It's like extremely juicy when you bite into the lump of the banana. Really digging it. Really nice. I hate to leave some food behind, but I'm actually going to go on a hunt for gibnut and hurut. Hurut. I hope I'm pronouncing it correctly. But that's a fish soup. Gibnut is the royal rat. Thank you. God bless. You were awesome. Thank you so much. Take care, okay? How are you, man? It's the best, man. Pretty good. Good to you. Yeah. All right. That's Gibnut, huh? I can't wait. Gibnut, man. About to have some rat, the royal rat. Beans, rice, plantain, curry sauce, and this. It's so tender. That's some delicious meat, man. That's some meat. I can't even compare it to mutton. It's not. Like the closest comparison might just be like beef, because it's not chickeny. It's very soft meat, by the way. Spiced very, very well. We have a guest. The good life, huh? Okay, my man. My man. Thank you, brother. Oh, it looks good, man. This and the view, life is good. What's your name, brother? Flores. Thank you. Thank you, Flores. The public will come looking for you. Let's see how far I can walk. I'm telling you, the sand in the water is like walking on freaking velvet. My man. That was good. Good? That's some good shit. I think I'm gonna go back to the hostel, maybe chill for a little bit, put my legs up. And then there's a big party going on over here where there's a local artist that's coming back home. His name is Clayton Williams. I have no idea who he is. And then he's back here and he's gonna be doing this party over here. So it feels like all of freaking Hopkins is going over here today. That's the plan. Hostel, chill, drink coffee, come back out.
This is Hopkins, Belize. This is Hopkins, Belize.
Friendliest town in Belize, huh? Well, I haven't seen all of Belize yet, but this one is gonna be hard to beat.